Thomas George ist bei uns zu Gast.
Aber er heißt eigentlich gar nicht Thomas George, also im richtigen Leben schon, aber als Künstlername hat er sich The Lion and the Wolf genannt und ich freue mich sehr, dass er sich heute Zeit für uns genommen hat. Thank you first of all for performing that lovely song Colors, a beautiful song from this album, Symptoms, and we're going to be hearing some more later on. First of all, I know you probably get asked this all the time because that's just what happens when you don't call yourself your real name. Why The Lion and the Wolf?
I wrote a song, the first song I wrote after my band broke up. I wrote a song called The Lion and the Wolf, and it was about me and somebody, and we parted ways, typical subject matter, and I really liked it as a name, and instead of being Thomas George, singer-songwriter, I really liked the idea of turning it into a project and making it, an identity, because if you have something like Thomas George or Ed Sheeran or Frank Turner or whatever, you're instantly identified as a singer-songwriter, and I kind of didn't want that. I wanted people to see a poster with, oh, here's this band supported by The Lion and the Wolf. They'd expect a band maybe, and then when I turn up and play Crushing Sadness, then they're like, oh, okay, this is not what I was expecting, and I like that. It's also I'd had to do research obviously when I thought it up, and I thought, okay, and it's a song title by a band called Thrice as well. They wrote a song also called The Lion and the Wolf, and that just hit home for me because I love that band too.
Oh, okay.
So I was kind of like, all right, this is meant to be. I want to use that. Yeah.
Also ganz kurz für our viewers, also er hat sich The Lion and the Wolf genannt, weil er eben nicht als Singer-Songwriter sofort identifiziert werden wollte. Bei Konzerten zum Beispiel, dass die Leute überrascht sind, wenn er da steht, es wurde by The Lion and the Wolf, dass die Leute hingehen und sagen, oh, das ist ja gar keine Band, sondern er spielt richtig melancholische Liebesmusik und hat dann auch einen Song geschrieben, The Lion and the Wolf, über eine kaputte Beziehung von sich. Aber es gibt auch eine Band, Thrice,
Yeah.
die einen Song geschrieben haben, den er super gut findet. Und deswegen hat das alles ganz gut gepasst. So, are you the lion or are you the wolf?
I swear I get asked that every single time I do.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. That's fine.
I would say you're the lion. Just because of the beard.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's go with that.
Oh,
it's
come
official.
on.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
But was it a love relationship that broke up, or was it because of the band that broke up?
No, it was definitely. I was heartbroken, I guess. Everyone goes through it, and it basically reflects incompatibility because it wasn't working out or whatever. So you're the lion, I'm the wolf, kind of shows that, I think. But yeah, I mean, everybody has a song about heartbreak.
Of course, you can't write a good song about heartbreak if you haven't had it before.
No, who wants to sing about happy things?
Well, it's nice to sing about happy things. Pharrell
right.
Williams did pretty well singing about happy things.
He's made a fair few pennies from that one song and lots of others.
Exactly. You grew up on the Isle of Wight and you live in London now. When you play back home in clubs, do you kind of enjoy people being maybe a bit more present when they listen to you compared to being in London clubs? Because I can imagine people in London are just so used to having people play and they go and they drink a beer and they're like, oh yeah, let them play. And then at home it might be people are a bit more attentive.
I find that I kind of like it as a challenge if it's a loud bar. I mean, I played so many shows last year and a few of them were quite rowdy to begin with. It would be a Friday night, fair enough, people go out for a beer, they probably want to hear some rock and roll maybe or something they can dance to, and then I'll start singing, and if by the end of it I can have a quiet room and people are listening, then that's my job done. I feel really satisfied and I'm glad that people enjoy it. But yeah, in London particularly, they have so much choice and so much music going on all the time, which is great. But at the same time, it's difficult if you're trying to sing something really personal, which is why whenever I play my songs, I always introduce them and what they're about when I do that live, because I feel it's more of a connecting thing. And I like people to know what they're in for.
Yeah, and I like that when you're watching someone sing or listening to someone sing, that you know what they're singing about, because otherwise it really is just like listening to the radio maybe, and you don't, it's like, but this way you kind of get the people. Do you go see a lot of other people play in London when you're at home?
Yeah, I mean, I've actually moved from London back down to the Isle of Wight now.
Oh, you have?
Yeah,
well, then your biography is not right anymore, is it?
It's last week I moved.
Oh, okay. Well, then.
Me and my best friend Marie, she helped me move down all my stuff from London. It was kind of sad moving down because I wrote the majority of Symptoms in that room, and the front cover is actually my room, the wall in my room in London.
Oh, really?
And I would always go back there and kind of rest after a tour, and it's always such a lovely room to come back to, and I do miss it, but yeah, I love being back on the Isle of Wight. It was a great place to grow up. It was, my family's there, and I've got the sea like 5-minute walk away.
So do you think that your next album is going to be a bit more, go in a different direction music-wise? Maybe a bit happier, I don't know.
Can only go up from here, right? I don't know, because we recorded the record in Ventnor, in my hometown. And the studio is a 5-minute walk from my house, as is the beach, as is everything apparently. It's only a small island. But, you know, I think with the way I write and the output and how it comes across to people, I don't want to feel any kind of pressure to go, oh, I don't want to write Symptoms Part 2. But then again, I don't want to just do, you know, something that isn't honest. And all the songs on there are incredibly honest, and it's something I'm definitely proud of. So for album number two, that tricky second album, I'm gonna just do it naturally, and we're gonna take our time. The first record was done over a year, and you know, I think the end product was great. We were really proud of it, and I think if we just apply the same way that we did album number one, I say we because I made it with a load of friends, which is the best way to make a record, I think.
What a lucky way to make it.
Yeah. I mean, there was mischief in the studio, obviously. The amount of times I would turn around and have something drawn on my back or something, you know. It's just fun, isn't it? I think they're laughing at me right now, but that's fine.
They're probably watching right now. Wir haben das nämlich auf unserer Seite geteilt, dass man uns natürlich auch nicht nur in NRW gucken kann, sondern auch weltweit über unseren Stream. So we're going to say hi to your friends watching in the Isle of Wight or in London, whatever, from on our website. And I would translate everything now, but I'm just going to say that everybody can speak English and they can understand everything, because I can't remember where we started off and ended now. So that's enough of that. We want to listen to some music. We're going to watch your video to... where did I put it?
To Ghost
there
on
it is.
Trinity, yeah.
Ghost on Trinity, and it's a beautiful video. And when we're done listening to that, wenn wir das gesehen haben, wird er nochmal live spielen, den Song Symptoms von dem Album Symptoms, und das wird auch sehr schön. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you very much.
Hier für euch The Lion and the King. Viel Spaß.